I'm eating at Pollo Loco, and I got the chicken bowl, or what is this, the chicken avocado, and I can't wait to see how that's gonna taste. So, let's dive in on this one and see how good it is. Getting in for it. It's pretty good. Hey guys, it's good to be back. It's been a really long time since I've made a video, but I thought that it'd be a really good idea for me to kind of just update everyone on my life since I've been in California, to kind of let you guys know how everything's going. I do get a lot of questions from people back home asking, like, you know, oh, how's acting going? And so I'm gonna let you guys know about everything pretty much since I've moved out here to California, on the acting tip, on the job tip, on the money tip, and then I'll also give, you know, a few of my friends some advice as to what you should do before you move out here if you're coming out here for acting, or if you're just coming out here in general and you just want a change of scene. Because I mean, not only did I just want a change of scene, but I mean, I planned to move out to California since I was 18 years old. And this was something I've always wanted to do, but due to my mom kind of talking me out of it and her telling me that I should really stay in college, I decided not to, you know, pursue acting immediately, but kind of have like a safety net before I moved out here. So I'll just dive right in. Alright, so to start off, when I moved out here, it was like around September 19th, I believe that was like my landing date. Because I was originally supposed to leave a little bit earlier than that, but then I left a week later due to, well, number one, I need some extra money and I had to pay off some bills, and then number two, I just wanted to move here as soon as possible. And so I moved out here, and the first job I got was a canvassing job, and I was going out and I was trying to get people to register to vote for the election, and that was actually a really good job. I was making like $17 an hour. It was a really good job, and you picked your own schedule. The problem with that was that I would leave with my cousin, and because, you know, it was far, it's not that far, it's like out in El Monte, and El Monte from where we are is like probably like a 10-minute drive if you drive on the expressway. But the thing is that for me, I don't have a car, and so if my cousin didn't go into work, or he had to go into work whatever time, because mind you, like I said before, like, you know, we picked our own schedules, and like that's just how, to what extent it was. We literally picked what time we went in, how long we worked. We had to work for at least 4 hours every day. That was the shortest shift you could work, was 4 hours, and then the most you could work was 7. But then sometimes you could kind of push it if it was, you know, up to 8. You had to have like at least like, you know, 10 registries per day, and it wasn't that bad. I was making like 17 an hour. It was really, really nice. I worked nearly like 4 to 5 days a week, but it only lasted for like a short period of time because it ended around like October 24th. And yeah, I was having like transportation issues, you know. I would have to get on the bus to make it out there, and to be honest, it's been a real culture shock being out here, I guess, in a way you could say it, because back home in like Ohio, specifically, let's say Toledo, because Bowling Green has nothing. In Toledo, you normally wait for a bus. I mean, the bus transportation is actually a lot worse than out here, because if you have a specific, you know, time for it to come out here, it'll come. If you go back in Toledo and you're waiting for a bus, most likely there's a chance that the bus could break down, so then you're going to be sitting out there waiting for like an hour for a bus. So don't do anything if you're in a rush. Out here, like, just to get anywhere, just anywhere, is like so long. You get from one place to another place, and it can take you up to 3 hours. You can make it out to LA, like as far as LA, out here from Covina, which is not that bad, but the problem is that you have to take at least 1 or 2 transfers, and then luckily we do have the Silver Streak, so I mean, that's not that bad. So if you get on the Silver Streak, you can take the Silver Streak, and the Silver Streak goes directly into downtown LA. But like, the Silver Streak is like, I think $275, $250, whereas the regular buses are like $125, and then if you need a transfer, you have to transfer from the other one, but I don't even think you really transfer onto the Silver Streak. Whether you have a transfer ticket or not, you're still going to have to pay the extra money because it's not the foothill. So yeah, just transportation out here was like the biggest like surprise to me was that, like, you know, not only was it the really bad traffic out here, but just getting from one place to another, the public transportation was ridiculously long. It reminded me a lot of being in Korea, and when I was in Korea, I don't even think it was that bad because the bus drivers drove like freaking maniacs, and you got everywhere on exact time, like on time. Like, they would basically risk everyone's lives to make sure that they made their deadline to make it to this specific destination point. So, moving on to after this job, I knew that I needed to look for another job because it was ending. So I decided to find this other place, and I started applying to places out here in this little Eastland Mall Center. I live over here by the Eastland Center. So I basically went around and I tried to apply to a few places. At this time I was very selective. I know that I wanted to apply to a lot of restaurants because I have history in doing, you know, serving, and I know that I can make a lot of money. But out here, like, we get paid minimum wage plus our tips. Back there, we only made like $4.25. Like, we made less than $5 and we still made our tips, which is crazy now that I think about it out here, because we make $10 an hour, if not like minimum wage, which is now $10.50. $10 an hour plus the tips that you get. So if you made $60 that day and you worked an 8-hour shift, you still get all that money. I'm sure there's probably other things about taxes, because the taxes are higher out here, which was the first thing I noticed when I was working at the canvassing job, that they took a lot of taxes out of my check. And I think my check originally was going to be like nearing around like $900. And so I had suspected that, you know, if it was going to be around $900, that I should have at least a little over $700 to, you know, get back. No. I got $666 out of a nearly $900 check. Yeah. So, that's another thing that I found out that was different out here. Moving on from there, I did end up getting a job at this place called Pacific Fish Grill, but the manager at some point, for whatever reason, she didn't like me. I was still a really good worker. It was still really hard for me to make friends when I first moved out here, and the worst part about it was, like, when I moved out here, it was still really hard for me to make friends when I first moved out here, which was surprising because I've been in multiple different places and I can make friends like that, but moving out here, it was really hard to, you know, kind of make a connection with someone who would actually be willing to contact you. And I'm not sure if it's just like the people out here or not, but I didn't make any really close friends working at Pacific Fish Grill who I talked to mainly. And I mean, I made a few, but they're all really busy because they're all still students, and they're pretty young. Like, I believe 3 of them are under the age of 21, and then 2 of them are 21, but they're still really busy with their work and their school schedules and stuff like that. I don't work there at Pacific Fish Grill anymore because the manager doesn't like me. She was literally finding a reason to fire me. And she was literally looking and calculating things and, like, you know, putting 2 and 2 and 4 and 4 together and be like, okay, we got him, you can go. So that was that. I just recently stopped working there, and then, but I did end up getting a job at McDonald's back in December, and I got that one after I came back from Thanksgiving break, and it was actually really awesome because I would like to say that working at this McDonald's has probably, like, saved my social life, and because I work there so often, I work there 5 days out of the week, and I work there like depending between like 6 and 8 hours each shift, so I'm pretty much there almost all the time, and I made actual really good friends there, so I don't feel as bad as I used to when I first moved out here about making friends. A lot of people really like me for my personality. I've made a lot of really good connections there, and I think that these people are going to be, like, you know, really good friends of mine for the upcoming future and so on and so forth. I'm still there. I don't plan on being there long. I was only getting like 2 days back at Pacific Fish Grill, and each day that I was working wasn't even a full shift because it was literally only cut between 3 and 4 hours. So then, like, after a while, like, I was literally surviving off of $200 every other week. And it was hard to do that because I had a phone bill, I had a credit card bill, I had, like, rent. My rent was $400. So, like, literally every paycheck that I would get, it would literally all just go to rent. I had no extra leftover money. But working at McDonald's, that really saved me financially. So, you know, working there was pretty much a blessing. Oh my god, I did not realize how dirty my camera was. Alright, so we're back in business. Anyway, so like I was saying, I didn't really want to work at McDonald's. It was something that I really had to choke my pride down for, and something that my mom absolutely 112% despised me working at McDonald's. Michael, you got a 4-year degree and you're working at McDonald's? Really, Michael? McDonald's? Well, I mean, it was the only job that was willing to take me. I mean, and then around this time, it was December. So no one was really hiring anyone until after the holidays. So, I mean, I didn't plan on being there as long as I have been so far. It's been 3 months, and I thought that I'd be like a lot better off than before, and then I'd just be able to leave. But then that didn't happen. So, I mean, I'm still here, but it's not like I'm gonna be at McDonald's for forever. I'm just looking for another opportunity to show up and just go out. Okay, so on the acting front, I have not done too much when it comes to acting. As some of you may know and some of you may not, my uncle is a screenwriter, playwright, producer, director. And right now he's working on a pretty good play, I believe that's in Atlanta? I don't remember, but I know that he's leaving to go out of town for 2 weeks because he's working on this play. And he knows some pretty notable actors and actresses, so when I first moved out here, I helped him out with one of his rebooted plays, and it was a real experience being able to go back on stage. It really reminded me of back when I used to be on stage when I was in high school, and like how much I really miss it and how much I love it. And I mean, I didn't do much except just be like a stage hand, but I mean, it still was a really great opportunity. I was able to meet some really nice people. I got to meet Dawn Lewis, you know, from a different world. That was really fun. And I also got to meet Carlise Burke, who was just the sweetest woman. I love her. I got to meet some other upcoming actors and actresses and stuff like that. And I mean, so far it's been really nice. It's really crazy how I've been able to meet so many people who are really prominent in the industry. So along with that, when I came back from Ohio back in November, I had 1 week to go out and star in this independent film, and it was a very small short, and it's really cute. And whenever I find it and whenever it's finished, because I'm not entirely sure if it's entirely done, I haven't heard from the director in a while, but the second I find out that it's done, I'm gonna post it up on Facebook and let people know, because she did send it to me, but I got a new phone, so I'm not exactly sure what happened to it. But so it's called oh jeez, I can't remember the name. I don't remember the name. That's probably bad. That's probably bad. The director is actually the one who wrote it. She was my co-star, and she had a cameraman who is also pretty prominent in the industry. He's pretty much made a name for himself already. So that was really awesome to work with him. And then we worked with another girl who did sound, who I absolutely fell in love with. I haven't talked to her too much since then because I've been really busy, and I know she's been really busy, so I don't exactly want to continuously bother her too much. But working with them was a great opportunity as well. It was a really fun time. Director, she really showed me the greatest hospitality and gave me such a great view, and she really pumped up my energy for, you know, wanting to act. And she's a working actress herself, and right now she told me that she's actually working with Central Casting, and Central Casting is helping her get a lot of jobs. She's doing a lot of background work, but it's at least enough for her to be able to live in Koreatown. So I mean, I think some places out in Koreatown are like $2,000 a month, and I can't afford that at all right now, so kudos to her. I know a lot of people who think that when I moved out to California, I immediately just moved into LA, and that's not true, because that's hard. I moved out here with $800 in my bank account, which is just ridiculous now that I think about it. I really should have waited, but I mean, things happen, and no regrets. YOLO. Moved out here with $800 in my pocket. Everything pretty much left within like the first 2 weeks of being here, and I was living on pennies, and I moved in with my uncle, so I had to pay rent here as well. I just had the biggest problem with money, so that's why I've been working so hard and finding a job, because I can't be able to continue living here if I don't pay rent. And then on top of that, like, I can't just shorten my hours and then go and look for acting opportunities, because I need to be able to have a safety net. If I have any kind of money that I'm going to be falling back on, it's going to be money that's in my account, and then I would be able to afford to, you know, pursue in what I want to pursue. But right now I can't do that. So I am actually planning on, once I get a little bit more money, I'm planning on going ahead and I'm going to go for some acting classes. I have met some people through my friend Thea. She's a pretty well-known actress, and she's also really good with technology. You know, she does tech with, you know, I think sound, and I actually met her when I was doing shows for the Toledo Repertoire Theater. She was the assistant director, and she also was a tech person. So I moved out here, and when I met her, well, I saw her again because we've known each other since I was like 16. But I saw her again, and she kind of introduced me to a few of her friends, and I haven't really kept too much contact with them because they've been really busy. Like, one of them is like literally like, he's not like my kind of actor status. Like, he's on shows. Like, he booked the show and he came out on the show. It was on, I think it was NCIS LA. And I mean, he you know, he got a speaking role. And anyone who has a speaking role, you know, they make money. Anyone who speaks on camera make money. Anyone in the background, they still make money, but it's not as much as someone who's able to actually speak. And he was even given a name, so he's getting pretty much there. He's pretty legit, and he's been helping me out with things of what I should be doing. You know, he's been giving me good advice. So I'm just hoping that everything works out really well on that part. So right now I'm just in that mind state that, you know, okay, make money. Once you make money, find a place to stay, because I'm not staying here too much longer. I can't stay here. It's not that I don't like staying here and I don't appreciate the hospitality. It's just that I need to have my own. And it's really hard when you're in a relationship with someone who's going to be visiting and you live in a living room on the floor. So once I have more money, I'll have more time to go out and, you know, audition here, audition there, take more acting classes. It's just all, you know, it's a process. For my friends who are planning to move out here to California, what I have to say to you and to anyone who sees this video, make sure that you have money saved up. Please make sure you have money saved up. California is no joke. Unless you have someone that you're going to be living out here with who's going to be able to support you for an extended period of time or be able to house you for free, then save up money. And when I say save up money, I mean like $1,000 to $2,000. I mean like $5,000 to like $8,000, because if you want to find a place by yourself, or if you just want to find a place to room with a few people, one thing that is very common out here is that a lot of people only get like a 2-bedroom, and then they will bunk up in that 2-bedroom. Or sometimes they'll just have a 1-bedroom and have 3 people in that 1 bedroom, and all they won't have anything except just their personal belongings and then their mattress. And that would only be because it's so hard to get a place by yourself out here because it's so expensive. So save. Make sure that you save as much money that you can, so that if anything were to happen before you come out here, that you have a safety net. Also be very cautious that if you have a credit card, not to spend it or use it very often, and only use it in small increments and very responsibly. I know that it sounds really weird coming from me, but I mean, I have a credit card and I've used my credit card. I have 2 actually, and I've maxed out both of those. And so like, I'm just trying to build my credit right now because I'm 25 years old, and I pretty much, the only thing that I really had that was in my name was my car. And my car was not even like being paid for like little by little. Like I cashed out $3,200 on my car like 7 years ago. Make sure that you're responsible with your credit card money and all the other stuff. Another thing would be is to be very cautious and be on your guard with people out here. Not that a lot of people are really vicious and sneaky that I've met so far, but it's just the fact that when you come out here, some people make it seem like they're your friend, and they'll be really nice to you, and you'll contact them, and then they won't contact you back. And I mean, that's something I had to learn when I first got out here. I was really anxious to, you know, kind of set a home and make friends and make this not feel like this was a foreign place, and it really felt like a foreign place. I felt more at home in South Korea than I did in LA when I first moved out here. It took time. Just, you know, be very wary of the people that are around you. Also, if you're going to be moving into a place with someone that you don't know, make sure that you keep in contact with this person and don't depend on them. I had a guy that I was depending on to move in with, and he said that he wouldn't be able to move into a place until January. You know, I said that was fine because I was going to save up money, and then we were actually pretty good friends for a few months before we moved out here, because I was still in Ohio Ohio, and he was living in San Francisco. He posted on a group in Facebook about housing, and he was asking for people for shared rooms or private rooms, and I was like, oh, like, you know, if you want to find a shared room, like, you know, I can put in my half, you can put in your half, and then we can share a room. And so then we actually were talking for like a few months, and then like right after I moved out here, maybe like a month after, he just was like, oh, you know what, you do you, I do me. And then he stopped responding to me. Next thing I know, I check my Facebook and we're no longer friends. I met a lot of friends, or I met a lot of people when I go out and stuff like that, and a lot of people give you their number, a lot of people don't give you their number, a lot of people talk to you and they conversate with you and you think that you have a really good connection, and then like they won't talk to you at all after that. And this is something that is really new to me, because back home, especially because I've been in like college for like 5 years, back home, even in Toledo, if you give someone your number and you tell them to contact you, you guys contact, you link up, you become friends. Out here, it's not the same. You know, you contact them, and if they don't want to be friends with you, they don't want to be friends with you. Me personally, I have like, you know, a really outgoing personality, so, you know, if I contact someone and I think that we have a good connection, I'll treat you as if you and I have already been friends for a long time, and I can come on too strong sometimes, so then, you know, I've had that dilemma before too. One of my friends was an ex-girlfriend of my really good friend, and I thought that she and I would be able to see each other when I moved out here, and it's been like 5 months and I haven't even heard from her. Actually, she stopped talking to me like maybe like a few months in. You just gotta be on guard. Basically, just gotta be on guard. So I think that's probably gonna be it for my video. I've pretty much updated you guys on pretty much everything in my life right now. I'm gonna start doing more sketches as well. Until then, please go ahead and like this video, subscribe if you want to follow me on my journey, and I hope you had a good experience. See ya.
So once you have the difference, it's your time to take it all. Yeah, as for me, it's a process. I'm working through these